Yo, welcome to Stay Wavy TV, your home for buckets, breakdowns, and straight up vibes. If it hoops, we cover it. Lock in, hit that subscribe, and ride the wave.
Good, y'all. Breaking news, man. So Rich Paul, who is the agent of LeBron James, says that the Los Angeles Lakers are not NBA title contenders. Now, what's very strange about that statement is the fact that the Lakers are currently 17-6 to start the season. They're the second best team in the NBA in the Western Conference. So why is Rich Paul making these statements? Now remember, going into this season, Rich Paul said that if LeBron James feels like this Lakers team can't compete for a championship, then he would either request a trade or pretty much ask to be released or waived from the Lakers. So, I mean, does that mean LeBron James is going to make a trade sometime? Is he going to request a trade sometime during this season? Because LeBron James looks pretty happy to me. Right? He just had the best game of the season 2 days ago against the Philadelphia 76ers, where he scored 29 points, hit 10 straight points in the fourth quarter, 3 straight threes in a row, and then hitting the fourth straight shot, which ended up sealing the win for the Lakers. So, you know, you got to ask yourself, why would Rich Paul do this? Rich Paul knows that him saying this is going to circulate around the NBA. You know the Lakers are going to hear this. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is he trying to mess up the chemistry of the Los Angeles Lakers? Why would you say this? Like, this is the type of stuff that'll make you want to fire somebody. Now, I know LeBron James is not going to fire Rich Paul because that's his best friend. But I mean, god damn, Rich Paul. Why would you say this? So let's get into it. Shout out to Bleacher Report. It says LeBron James' agent Rich Paul doesn't feel the Los Angeles Lakers are ready to make a championship run in what could be his final season in the NBA. Paul said on Monday's first episode of his new podcast, Game Over with Max Kellerman and Rich Paul, he personally doesn't think the Lakers are good enough to be contenders right now. He said, I don't think they have enough to get to the Western Conference Finals, Paul said about the 44-45 mark of the podcast. He said, I don't think they have enough to really contend from that perspective. Paul's assessment of the Lakers is especially notable given that he said in the June statement provided to ESPN Shams that James wants to compete for a championship and wants to make every season he has left count. He knows the Lakers are building for the future, he understands that, but he values a realistic chance of winning it all. We do want to evaluate what's best for LeBron at this stage in his life and career, Paul said in June. When Kellerman asked in Monday's episode if James would be playing for another team by the end of the season, however, Paul said no. So Rich Paul basically confirmed that LeBron James is not going to request a trade from the Lakers, right? And it makes sense. LeBron James is turning 41 years old this month. He obviously loves living in Los Angeles. His son, Bronny James, plays for the Lakers. Why would he request a trade if the Lakers are currently the second best team in the NBA, right? Now, if LeBron James was to leave the Lakers next season, the only teams I could see him going to is either the Golden State Warriors. He's made it very clear that he wants to play with Steph Curry. Draymond Green is one of his closest friends in the NBA. And the only other team I can say that LeBron would go to besides that is the Los Angeles Clippers, who have James Harden and Kawhi Leonard. LeBron James is not going to a team that's outside of California. We know he's not going to the bum-ass Sacramento Kings, one of the worst franchises in the NBA. They're about to trade their entire roster once the trading starts this month. I think it's December 15th, right? So Kellerman then asked Paul if he believed there was anyone who could talk to LeBron into waiving his no-trade clause to join the New York Knicks. He said, I mean, listen, he definitely makes them better. I will give you that, Paul answered. James, who will turn 41 later this month, is currently set to hit free agency next spring following the expiration of his $52.6 million player option for the 2025-26 season. Guys, the fact that LeBron James is making $50+ million at age 41 is insane. This is why he opted into the final year of his contract, because nobody else was going to give him a deal like this in the NBA. This is crazy. And LeBron James is already a billionaire, by the way. Shout out to LeBron James, man. So inspirational. He has missed 16 games so far this season due to injuries. When available, he's averaging a career low 16.1 points per game. Although the Lakers are 6-1 with him in the lineup, the Lakers could look to add some depth at the trade deadline in order to bolster their roster around Luka Doncic, especially if James is forced to miss more time down the stretch of his 23rd season. This winter's trade market could feature a few notable players from New Orleans, where NBA insider Jake Fincher recently said opposing teams believe the Pelicans have some type of willingness to listen to trade offers for Herb Jones and Troy Murphy. Who gives a damn? We're talking about LeBron James. We're talking about the current face of the NBA. We're talking about one of the greatest NBA basketball players of all time. And listen, man, these comments are very, very interesting, because if Rich Paul is saying this publicly, you have to understand that LeBron James is somewhat unhappy on the Lakers. He's unhappy because the Lakers did not offer him a contract extension going into the season. And he's unhappy because LeBron James is obviously no longer the number one option on the team. Luka Doncic is the number one option, currently averaging close to 40 points per game. Austin Reeves is averaging close to 25 points per game. And LeBron James, so far, besides this most recent game against the Philadelphia 76ers, he has been the third option. Now, if the Lakers continue to win games, listen, I think the only team in the Western Conference that gives the Lakers problems is OKC, obviously the reigning champions, and the Denver Nuggets. I can see the Lakers beating the Denver Nuggets in a series. Would it be hard? Yes. Would it be easy? No. But you have Luka Doncic, who's the best scorer in the NBA. You have Austin Reeves, who has shown that he's one of the best second, third options in the league. And you still have a LeBron James, who at any given moment could still be one of the best players in the NBA. LeBron James at age 41 is still the best passer in the NBA. LeBron James at age 41 is still a top 3 player when it comes to driving to the basket and getting shots at the rim, right? Now, the problem with LeBron James at age 41 is he's a horrific free throw shooter, right? He's not good at playing defense anymore. He's not still doing the same chase down blocks he was doing. Those days are over, right? But LeBron James is still one of the best players in the NBA when he's healthy. When he's healthy. And I think before the end of the season, LeBron James will be averaging over 20 points per game. I do believe that. But comments like this, guys, is what destroys chemistry on teams, man. If you're LeBron James's teammate, right? If you're LeBron James's head coach, JJ Redick, you're LeBron James's teammate, Luka and Austin Reeves, and you see LeBron James's best friend, who's his agent, is saying that he doesn't think that the Lakers can get to the Western Conference Finals, that'll kind of make you look at LeBron James a little crazy. Like, yo, LeBron, like, why is your man saying that on a podcast? Like, do you feel like that too? Now, I know everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but at the end of the day, bro, like, for you to be somebody's, like, for you to be the agent of so many players in the NBA, and you're making a statement like this about the face of the league, LeBron James's team, when the Lakers are looking better than they've ever looked since they won that championship in the bubble, like, Rich Paul, man, this is not a good look, bro. This makes LeBron James look bad, and this makes you look bad. And if you're the Lakers, if Rich Paul continues to open up his mouth and make statements like this, you might want to say, you know what? Let's see if we could trade LeBron and get some pieces back for him to make the team better. You know what? We know LeBron James isn't coming back next year. Why don't we just waive him and agree to a contract buyout? You know what I'm saying? So we don't have to deal with this distraction. Because, bro, when your agent and your best friend Rich Paul is making statements like this, at that point, you're becoming a distraction for the team. You're becoming a distraction for the team. I disagree with Rich Paul. I think the Lakers are good enough to not just get to the Western Conference Finals. I wholeheartedly believe that this Lakers team is good enough to win an NBA championship. I wholeheartedly believe that. The only thing that would hold the Lakers back is if LeBron James continues to deal with the injuries of the sciatica. I think he had a arthritis he's dealing with in his foot or something like that. If LeBron James can stay healthy for the rest of the season into the playoffs, and the Lakers can continue to play the good basketball they've been playing, they can definitely compete for an NBA championship. So, Rich Paul, disappointed in you, bro. You know, you're a grown man. You know what I'm saying? You know that these statements are going to circulate around the NBA. And this just, like I said, man, this is the type of stuff that messes up chemistry of teams. This isn't a good look, man. I think the NBA should fine Rich Paul for making these statements, bro. It's just not a good look for the league, bro. So with that being said, let me know what you guys think about this. It's your boy Wavy, Stay Wavy TV. Make sure y'all subscribe, thumbs up the video, leave a comment. I'm out.
Stay wavy, signing out. Ride the tide, no doubt. From the rooftop glow to the neon cloud. You tapped in, so I gotta say love. Like, subscribe, keep the motion above. Until the next wave, we out. Peace.